Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Teacher Rachel. So, Teacher Rachel and I are here again today, and our topic for today is independent time. A lot of parents are facing challenges with this from working at home, and there are times at home where the parent needs to be attendant to their work and the child wants to play. So, what is independent time? Independent time is a solo playtime. This doesn't necessarily mean that the child is alone. An adult could be physically present in the same room. However, the child is not receiving direct attention, directives, interactions with or from the adult. For a lot of kids, they need to get used to this idea, especially in a context of home.
This can be a really hard time. I'm sure a lot of big feelings could come up when a child is being told they can't be with the person that they want to be with, especially when that is happening on a larger scale in so many ways. There's a lot of skills that are being built during independent time.
Confidence, critical thinking, creative thinking, problem solving, curiosity.
Independence, self reliance, becoming more comfortable with separation, working on those self soothing abilities in those moments when you can't be with them. And realize it's a skill that is being built, right? They might not have it yet. And so when we think about building skills, we aren't just like throw them in, sink or swim. We do something called scaffolding, which means doing it with help and doing it with a little less help and doing it with a little less help until they can do it by themselves. So something that you can do is practicing independent time when you don't need to have independent time, when you can be close by to support them through certain skills of playing alone or taking care of themselves, even if it's a 5-minute independent time. So starting to develop those skills little by little. And I know that you'll have to be maybe employing those skills before they're ready, but also having those times of learning for those skills.
So, having an explicit conversation with the kids about your expectations of independent time and what they can expect from you as well. So, you could say, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be at my computer and I'm going to be on my phone. And I need you to be over there doing XYZ for 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, I'm going to check in on you. Before that, I'm not going to be able to answer you. I'm not going to be able to come play with you. After 5 minutes, I can check in with you. And then I have to go back to work again. But maybe you could show me something that you built or something like that. And make sure you stick to your routine of coming back to check. This is going to help them build confidence that even though you're not there right now, they know that you're going to come back.
What's really important about independent time is making it very clear, making the structure very clear, the expectations really clear, the rules very clear. What is allowed, what is not allowed during independent time. You might need it to be completely silent, but they're allowed to come and give you a hug. Or you might need to be completely behind a locked door and they won't be able to access you at all. What's really important when you're setting these expectations and these rules is that you follow them. Your child will probably be testing those rules, will be testing those boundaries. And in your response to whatever they're doing, if you are showing them what the real rules are. You might say one rule, but if you're doing something else, that's actually what they're going to believe. And they'll say, oh, I know that if I do XYZ, then my parent will come out and play with me.
We mentioned how you can be in the same room, but proximity does matter. The closer you are to the child, the easier it's going to be for that child to demand attention from you. And on the other side of that, the further away you are from the child, it gives them a really awesome opportunity to try things first before they ask for your help. For some children, independent time is really hard and they are resistant to it. And that is normal. It's normal for a child to resist that. You might have tears or tantrums happening at that time. And so you just want to start with small steps. If you're a parent who is having a challenging time, you actually probably want to start in closer proximity to your child. So like if you're on this side of the couch, they're on this side. But then maybe in a day or two, they're across the room and you're on the couch. And maybe in a week, they're in this room and you're in the office.
Another thing for independent time that might be helpful is saving those highly preferred activities and not doing them at any point besides independent time. Then independent time might not seem so much like a thing they don't want that they're resistant to. It might be something that they can be excited about. If your child really loves Legos, then save Legos for a time in the day when you really need them to be playing with Legos so that you can go and do something else.
It's very important to understand that too many toys or activities available can be counterproductive because they could prove to be a distraction or be overwhelming for the child, so the child is not really able to focus on one task. Whereas if there's less toys, they might be able to focus on one task for a longer period of time without continually asking for help.
And just know that independent time is hard. It is hard for you, it is hard for your child, it is hard for so many people. If you are struggling with it, if things don't feel like they're working, that makes sense. Thanks for joining us for another one of these videos. We hope that they have been helpful. If you have any thoughts or questions or specific situations that you want to talk through with us, please reach out. Take care.